I'm gonna make myself scarce.
At least there is.
I see your level of dirty doggedness. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Alchemy Best of 1 on the menu within Magic the Gathering Arena. A new deck, Mardu tokens. White, black, and red. Getting down and dirty through the ability of making double tokens. In today's video, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies, showcasing this within the gameplay footage, demonstrating so you gain a deeper understanding of how to effectively pilot the deck, and then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. Thank you again for supporting the channel, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and become a YouTube member to gain access to exclusive content. Until then, let's take a look at the deck. Alright, I'm going to take you guys to Token Town. I hope you're okay with this. 60 card Alchemy Best of 1 build with a 3.6 average mana value. So this is a very aggressive mid-range build. There's 4 creatures only, to our 30 non-creatures, and 26 land to support the heavier curve. And we bump that up to 28 through the Emiria's Call. Our main priority is Kaya Geist Hunter for 3 mana, 3 loyalty, +1. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter also on up to 1 target token that you control. -2 until the end of turn. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens will be created instead. What? -6, exile all cards from all graveyards and then create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying for each card exiled this way. That's pretty cool, but not really our main objective. However, it definitely is supported through the other synergies in the build, which we'll get to in a second. The -2 ability through Kaya is our primary objective, doubling our token generation for the turn. Some of our, most acceptable ways to generate tokens will be the Nganjo Uprising, Wedding Announcement, Thorin, Loath, and Burn Down the House. Not to mention, Emiria's Call will also make tokens if we don't need it as the land. There's plenty of token generation in the build, which will all benefit as it is non-creature token generation. They're all sorceries, enchantments, planeswalkers. We also have the Moth Rider Cavalry now, as I said, benefiting from this because it will cost 2 less to cast if you have no other creature cards in your hand, or the only other creature card in your hand is named Moth Rider Cavalry. It's a 2/2 with flying, and other creatures you control get +1/+1. Stackable non-legendary, fantastic. And in fact, this is the only creature in our deck, so we will always benefit from the cost reduction. Going very wide with our other creatures through the token generation via the doubling of Kaya. Now let's talk about some of that token generation. Nganjo's Uprising for 2 mana and X for sorcery speed to create X 2/2 samurai creature tokens with vigilance. They gain menace and haste until the end of turn. Each opponent creates X -1 of the same tokens with just vigilance, no menace, no haste, which it's your turn, so they won't need that anyways, right? This is fantastic if you are doubling those tokens because, they're not getting double -X, only you are, which is fantastic. And then furthermore, if you have them Moth Rider out, the +1/+1 will make it so that they have a hard time interacting with you and you're always going to come ahead with advantage. Not to mention, we also have the Wedding Festivities, which can also make tokens at the beginning of your end step, put a counter on it if there's less than 3 counters on it, of course. And then if you've attacked with 2 creatures, you'll draw a card. If not, create a 1/1 token. So again, these tokens will get powered up not only through the festivities once it flips, but also through the Moth Rider, which is fantastic. It's also non-legendary, much like the Moth Rider, so you're not stopping at +1/+1. You can really go for as many copies as you can get, which will give your samurais a massive advantage as they become 3/3s, 4/4s, 5/5s, and even further than that potentially as well. not to mention that you're doubling them through Kaya. That's just the start, though, because we can also -2 with Sorin for 4 mana as a 4 loyalty planeswalker to create a 2/3 black vampire creature token with flying and lifelink. 2 of these is fantastic, and again, if they're being buffed up by the festivities, by the Moth Rider, woof. Right, that's a lot of meat in the seats. We can also +1 to look at the top card of our library, reveal it, pay life equal to its mana cost to put it into our hand. That's not a problem because the life gain that the double buffed up vampires provide is just, it's there, right? It's going to keep you quite plump. -7, deal 13 damage to any target and gain 13 life. You know, just close out the match if you need. But why not just make, you know, double vampires over and over again as long as you have the Kaya to support it, or take the draw. Because we're going to kill our opponent through damage of our tokens and the death of our tokens, potentially through the meat hook, but we'll talk about that last. We can also make tokens through Burn Down the House. This will create 3 1/1 devils. Whenever they die, deal 1 damage to any target. They have haste, of course, as well. So, you know, their 3 become 6, 1/1s become 2/2s, 3/3s, 4/4s. When they die, there's still that damage that goes out, which is, it's pretty doggone goofy. And then, of course, Loath for 5 mana, 4 loyalty. Whenever a creature dies, put a loyalty counter on Loath, -3 to create 2 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach. Potentially creating 4 of these spiders is definitely a play that you can utilize within the deck, right? And then finally, the 2/4/4 angels, doubling these is fantastic as well. And you can see how much value is provided through the double tokens as the deck synergizes around that as its primary archetype. Not only do we deal a bunch of damage through these tokens, but we can also clean up through the Meat Hook Massacre. A field wipe to control alongside Burn Down the House, and again, just a way to mitigate your life total through the gaining of life. Whenever one of their creatures dies, you gain 1 life. Whenever one of yours dies, they lose 1 life. And, you know, how do you not just win the deck? Win the match when you play Meat Hook Massacre? I feel like it should be called the Cheat Hook Massacre. You feel? We have some removal in hand as single target. It's not just the field wipes through Burn Down the House. 5 damage if you don't do the devils to each planeswalker and creature. Typically, we just want to make the devils. This is a last resort if we do need to wipe. But we also have this single target through Fragment Reality for 1 instant speed, exile target, non-token artifact, creature enchantment. Its controller creates a random creature with lesser mana value into the battlefield tapped. So token is 0 mana value, land is 0 mana value. Really, really easy removal. Sorry, this is non-token. Token if we have the March in hand. It's a little bit different, but at the same time, March can hit the tokens, Fragment Reality can hit everything else, right? Because, yeah. Doing the exact same thing, but you can sink mana into the March to get something expensive. Typically, we won't do this. We would just allow them to have something of lesser mana value and then wipe the field, and that would be easier for us to deal with. However, Fragment Reality doesn't hit the tokens, so you do still need something to hit the tokens, and that's why we run the March, because you don't want to get, you know, just a massive token in play that you can't deal with. Of course, we can chump block it, but sometimes they gain trample, and that can be frustrating as well. That's the deck list, you guys. I'm really, really proud of this. I've been working on it for a few days now. I do think that there's room for improvement still, but like as far as the play line goes, the optimal play line, turn 2 Moth Rider, turn 3 Kaya, turn 4 turn 3 Kaya plus, turn 4 Kaya minus Inganjo, turn 5 Kaya minus Burn Down the House or Loath. It's like 40 plus damage if you work it out. If you go uncontended with a perfect play line, of course, but you know, it's pretty easy just to pop off at any point in time. So, you know, still looking to improve the deck. If you have any suggestions while you watch today's gameplay footage, definitely leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. If not, just like the video, that'll help as well. And you can subscribe to the channel to support financially. You know, YouTube's been pretty tough on the smaller creators recently. Ouch. And we'll have exclusive content for those of you willing to do this for me, which, you know, just a way for me to show my support. Thank you all so much just for watching the video, right? Your attention is definitely worth literally my whole life. No! You trapped, boy! You trapped! Enjoy the deck, and we'll see you in the match. Alrighty then. Hand is a little slow. If we can top deck a Moth on 2, this would be fantastic for a 2-3-4. Yes! Can it survive? Now this is good. Maybe it can. Oh, okay. Interesting. The second Moth is like a massive bait here. And we want to do it as soon as possible, but at the same time, that Sorin's pretty juicy as well. They play a creature, it gets the +1 counter on it. Well, no creature. They do draw land, though. Keeping them back down to their starting life total. Restoration for discard, so worst case scenario, it's a ramp through the land they just drew. Oh, Roiling Vortex. Okay. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The beginning of each player's upkeep, deal 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, deal 5 damage to that player. And you can pay 1, so an opponent can't gain life this turn. Borrow time on Sorin. The token. Whoa. This is a strange bank. That actually physically hurts me, bro. We don't let him have it, whatever. You're tough. We could Moth for 2. And then Hook for 1. That's not great. We're just doing our part. Building the army, as it were. Ready for the second Moth. Let's go. We're at 13, so, you know, things are a little bit tight on that life total, but they're down to their last card. They've double menace, but we have sufficient blockers. Just that 1 damage. Land out, Moth out. We could Hook for 2. Which would just be so good. It really cuts down our attack. But I think it's what's been deemed necessary. Beautiful. The cheat, it feels bad, but at the end of the day, whatever. It's just such a fantastic card. The Cheat Hook Massacre. Guaranteed to make the best of players scoop. Going first, it's there. There's some cards here for sure. Can we top deck a Moth? I know that's what we said last game, but can we do it again? Come on. Miria's Call should be Angels if we can get away with it. The announcement here is fantastic. Nothing really next turn. We could hook for 2, worst case scenario. Ooh. That's a good card. Definitely not bad. The hook is active next turn on 3, so it's just one more chump block. Goblins in Mythic. You've seen it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting. Couple different options here. I think we should probably just meet hook. And then burn down the house can fall on top of the meat hook, right? That's probably a scoop. Like, the cheat hook. It's a good card. I hope to see it modified within Alchemy in the upcoming balance. Do we just go for it? No, let's plus and go crazy next turn.
I can teach you a thing or two.
1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. But if we get that land, it's an Amiria's Call also. It's a nice hand. It's a good field state, nice hand. Oh. Ooh.
You have
Ouch.
no idea who you're messing with.
You would, wouldn't you? That's pretty good against us.
Oh, I've got the perfect tool.
Just chilling. I want to minus Kaya with the Uprising, please and thank you. Good game. Oh, again, it's because of that meat hook, right? We did have burn down the house as an option, but still. Oof. Feels bad. Shuffler's fine, and I don't want to hear anything other than that. Oh, man. The land is there, so I have to, you know, keep it out of obligation. And it's the snow in tapped, in case we somehow top deck an untapped plains and a cavalry, which we get one of. However, totally an active card until we find that second plains. Probably just go in with the announcement first. What has been foretold? Is that a Doomscar? Okay, you get to your room. To the... Get out. That is brutal, is it not? 4 loaves in hand. By golly, we definitely need the 4th and 5th land now, don't we? That's a lot of spider. Woof. Thorin out with a token. Acceptable.
You deal with this annoyance.
Fighting the undead is my specialty.
Take out Soren. He dies no matter what. Just good to get that value of theirs off the field. They may choose just to take it because he dies no matter what, yeah. But it's fine. We grab a draw. We flip the announcement, which is fairly decent. The draw was not a land, so it's good to get it out of the way. And then it's going to be a... Oh, no. Nice. Oh, no. Make him regret it.
Don't pick fights.
That was very good. Very good Crippling Fear there. So this is a nice exile, I guess. Let's do another announcement. Plus Kaya to 0.
Need a weapon?
Pass our turn, make the token, march instant speed on their token, and then they're gonna probably attack Kaya with their token, and hopefully we can mitigate that instant speed. Maybe they'd even try to power it up or something, and we get extra value. It's one of the reasons March is so good. Lands, tokens, just for 1 mana at instant speed. Stop it. This is beautiful. Pay 3 live. Minus Kaya.
You can't fight all.
Loaf number 1. Double spider. No attacks. Double tokens as well through the announcement. That's 6 creatures that turn. Holy Toledo. If only we had a meat book. A meat book. A meat hook. In play. Just double block it, yeah? The discard is fine. Right, they're gonna laugh when they see this discard. They're like, 3 loaths? No, my friend, 4 loaths. Nice. Okay, that was pretty dirty.
I'm gonna make myself I've made friends in all kinds.
At least there is. I will come.
I see your level of dirty doggedness, and I raise you. I'm gonna keep that land in hand as a bluff. 8 spiders, it's fine. Maybe there's another field wipe here. Could be. It is. Nice. Removal much? Did we take our Loath emblem? Maybe. Um, 4 and 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is weird. So we Loath emblem. Activate the den. Fragment their maid. This comes in tapped, empty hand. And actually getting Tybalt out as Valky's not that bad. If only the one had first strike. And then we get an extra 4 damage here. Down to 12. Loath is being removed here. But we should be able to force feed them some damage, I hope, with that emblem. I think they might have a slight advantage. Ooh, it's not bad. That is not bad. Ooh. Hopefully there's no instant speed removal in their hand. Still taking 8 damage. 2 here. And then 6 through the emblem. They grab that indestructible. We lose a Loath. Up to 4. Land out as a white source in case we top deck an Amiria's Call. Oh, and a land. Ooh. Is that kicked? Just for a Valky? I don't see why not. That life gain's very good. Good blockers, too. We have to hook for 5, and we only have 4. It still stops the life gain. One land shy. Literally one land off. It's okay. Very good play for them. They should take the other priest as well, so I don't gain life. I mean, I'll take it. 2 damage, we gain 1 life. They're down to 2. Uh-oh. Tibble wins games. Oh my gosh. They take a land from us.
Make no mistake.
Let's pass turn. Never a worse time to top deck a land. Interesting. Getting hit for 6. Up to 10. Soren out with life gain. Uh-oh.
No cost is too great. It will not keep savage.
They should have put this vampire out first. I guess it doesn't matter. It gets the token. They pull a Kaya from us, which isn't actually that bad. I don't need a Kaya. Their life gain sucks. We need removal.
Under my watch,
Risk it for the biscuit, right? Another land. Oh.
dire times call for dire tactics.
Down to 2. Game. That was close. Sometimes not even cheating is enough. That's a hand, for sure. Thinking about the amount of lands, and considering that maybe it's too much. Maybe 26 lands is like, you know, kind of settle down territory. I'm gonna tell you what, sure sucks to miss one though. I mean, we can't cast this for 2, so there's no need to really hold that out. We're gonna wait till their turn because it comes in tapped. I don't really want to give them the treasure. We'll take Surge. Now that is an annoying card. Let's just take it, whatever. We can meet Hook. We lose Amiria's Call here. Let's take the passage, or the Fable Breaker. Take the 2 creatures. Death Touch is annoying, but we can deal with it in a bit. Let's grab some life, back up to 20. Four cards in their hand. Ooh, another. Probably removal in their hand, so Loath might not be the greatest idea. We can exile the token. So let's make the vampire to defend against that as well if we need. That's good. I suppose we're looking for another hook, aren't we? They tossed 2 lands. My caramba. Very good. They nuke our token. We take their token. Oh, another Molten Impact. Ouch.
Things have not gone my way.
Okay. Hopefully they just drew a land. This is really bad.
Come closer. We will slay our enemies.
Especially as they're still at 19. Double block, take the kill if possible. They probably single target one of them. Yep. It's good damage for the turn though.
My power is for annihilation. A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Ooh. That's our loaf. Ouch. You are a bully, bro. Take out the loaf.
A pity our time is over.
Draw a card.
Good minions are loyal and deadly.
We are getting closer to that. Amiria's Call. There's a discard though, so it's gone. It's gone. We should not even have thought about it. Probably should have just wiped the field. Right? Spiders kill Loath. Easy peasy. I forgot about this. Could have just wiped the whole field. That probably would have been better. This is really fine. Like, it doesn't much matter. Loath is gonna die no matter what. But what we can do is kill a spider. Kill Kiki Jiki.
Traitors, all of you. And I, the generous one.
They're down to 13. Another. You stop it. That's their third Mirror Breaker. Wow. How about some originality, eh? Let's go. The Vigilance is fantastic. The Menace is very good here as well. So they're still taking 5 damage, unmitigated. 6-7 through the deaths. We kill the Goblin first, makes the treasure. Down to 5, we're at 18. We have 4 damage on the board. Still not really too impressed with our positioning here. Really? I would have hooked for 2. Well, no, because then the Devil kills the City Stalker. Let them have it. What are they going to do? Okay. Third blocker. Grabs them no life, because it's not a creature, right? They'd have to take from their own graveyard, which they do. It's not quite as good as we want it, but it's still there. They double block the 3/3, which is a good play. The hook mitigates our hook. And then, oh, we're in a lot of trouble here, aren't we? we're in some trouble. And that's not lethal. They're missing 1 damage. It's a great match, regardless. Very good back and forth. Both decks doing their best to bring our opponents down. That's so freaking close. And that is lethal, isn't it? Oh no. Their hook kills us, I think. I'm pretty sure they win this. But we can't wait and find out. Oh, and it has to go into a token. That actually might save them as well. I was hoping to put it on the Moth Rider. Yeah, that saves them. think... Whose hook? Yeah, their hook goes first, so we kill ourselves. That's kind of what I was thinking. But then the devil threw me for a whirl. But I didn't realize that their hook was not even on the stack yet. What a close match. Should we have tried to defend? But then they could have just menaced. I don't think that would have worked. Maybe I was a little hastily here. We should have thought about this more, but I think they had it anyways. Going first with really light land. Kaya is here. I'm going to keep it because there are so many lands in the deck. There's no way that we just don't top deck land, 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 land. There's the first part of this riddle. Top 500 player here. Yikes. Yikes. Let's just build a field presence. Plunder is so good. What a fantastic card. Meat hook for 1. Interesting. That might be a little premature, unless they have multiple copies of it. And you almost have to assume they do. Just take the double tokens. City Stalker on Sorin. That physically hurts me. It could be worse, though. Moth out. Death Touch on the tokens.
Oh, I've got the perfect tools for the job.
Swing in with the 2/2. The 3/3 goes to 4/4. And then we'll have another 3/3, but there's a good chance they would have removal at some point here. Meat hook for 3 would be brutal, but, you know, so would a Blood on the Snow here. Really? We lose Kaya. We lose our wedding festivities. Like, that's really good value. Get wrecked, streamer. For 6. It's not great. Only 3 land here. Meanwhile, they're at 6. Sorry, make that 7. I can't even play the meat hook, so whatever, bro. And then a Painful Bond to refill the hand. That's good. Good, 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 good. It's a lot of work for 1 additional samurai. Right? That's a lot of work. It's also a lot of damage if left unmitigated, so they do a little bloxies there, stop 4 of it. Freaking meat hook. 4 cards in hand. Kai is dead to a faceless. Well, no, we've got the blockers. Not bad for 3 land, I'll tell you what. Quite honestly, not bad for 3 land. I think they're looking for another hook, another field wipe. Ouch. So they get to conjure, or we'll seek a card, I guess, out of our library. Is it conjure a copy of, or is it seek? Conjure a duplicate, yeah. Okay. So we don't actually lose a card, they just get one of our cards. A copy of one of our cards. A perfect replica.
Need a weapon? I got plenty.
They could throw that Haven out. Like, whatever. Still taking 6 down to 4. Losing their land. Let's play our 4th land. Very radical. 4 cards in hand with a blood token. They decide to blood. Throwing a duress. 4 cards in hand, 5 mana, potentially 6 mana. Which is very frightening. So many things just absolutely annihilate us here. It's not the good, you see? Come on, Longo. Let me have the W. Chief on the token, up to 6. Then Kaya's dead to the land. Sure. We knew it wasn't going to be that easy.
We should have had a better plan.
There's all those lands from earlier, eh? Oh yeah. I'm going to keep that, and they're going to discard, and they're not going to get anything. Three cards in hand. See? Jebaited. Those are the things you need to do, though, to be sure. It's like, well, is there removal? I don't want to play into the removal when things are so close. This is a race we win unless they have removal, though. We find our own removal, which is interesting. Artifact. Non-token. Ooh. Well, see, now this is weird. I guess it only costs 1 life. So, and then that damage is not going to repeat anymore. That makes sense, I guess. Get wrecked. Ooh. Someone's salty. I don't think they can bring this out right now, can they? Should we have waited? Oops. I think we fucked that up. We should have waited till they declared an attacker. Get wrecked, streamer. That's my bad. Wrong phase. I thought we'd be good because it was already in their combat. I didn't realize they weren't declaring attackers yet. Like I said, it's early today. It's early every day for this kid. Oh. That's why I play like trash, you guys. I'm just never punished. And I'm not gonna learn until I get punished. And it won't be today. No, no, no. Going first with a mediocre hand. Aren't they all, though? Moth off the top. Looking for a hook. Mono white screams meat hook. Maybe it's like a different kind of mono white I don't know about. Just save it. Be patient. Interesting. I like it. Oh, okay. However will I deal with that? Good damage.
I will cull.
Now if they block, low this out for the counter, which is nice. You know, we're still draining them. They're not going to get anything worrisome out that we can't deal with for a bit yet. And the angel's good. Should we just nuke the book? Just deal with it now. Good damage, so we just take it. Right, 9 damage. It's basically half their life total, so just go. This is, I'm sure, Doomscar. Okay, vanquish the Horde, that's fine. Loath off the top. It's hard not to just cast that. We were going to burn down the house hit for 3, but it's almost better, right? A book. Revitalize. So we might be in trouble here, actually. Let's just slam.
And I, the generous one.
Ooh.
To bargain with me.
So I think they get it here, yeah? They beat us to the punch. So we need a fragment reality again.
Oh, you'll fall into my web again.
So they're looking for a field wipe. We are looking for a fragment reality. We also have a march. That won't matter much. Easy block. This is quote-unquote lethal. When we destroy the Haven, we will have to have their life total below 0, so, you know, it is kind of part of the deal. But we also have to survive ourselves. This might get a little bit harder if we can't find that removal spell. Oh! Ouch. That's a lot of lands. I believe we have 4 removal spells. One last chance. No. It was close. Good game. Literally. We should have held the first one until they equipped it. and then destroyed the land that they equipped it to. That's just a little bit of a misplay on our end. This is a very good hand. We're on the draw, so it's a little bit harder to pull off. I don't know if we'll even survive that long, but if we can... Oh my gosh. Turn 2 Moth, turn 3 Kaya, turn 4 Sorin. One mana up for something. Here's the Moth Ski. Turn 5 Loath. Turn 6 Hook. Yikes. That's 3 land. Suspicious Stowaway. It's fairly good, right? We can't block this ever. No attacks, I don't think. The not being able to block it actually kind of sucks here, but whatever.
So many new weapons I'm gonna try.
Submit 0. No attacks.
Just how I showed you. You got this.
Looking for our 5th land. The Slime. Oh my gosh, I've never even seen this card. When a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on it, remove 3 counters on it to return it to its owner's hand. And then when it leaves the battlefield, return 3 lands from your graveyard to your hand. Wow. -2 on Kaya, so she will die.
Oh, give up already.
But it's worth it.
Consider yourself fortunate, our most
Let's hit for 2. We have defenders.
my own army.
3 cards in their hand. That's fine. Kaya dies. We miss you already.
I don't deserve this.
We miss you already. We don't want to hook for 2. I attempted to just hook for 1. It deals with so much. Let's take the life gain first. Land out of the way.
My ways.
Then we hold up both fragment realities, which is good. Alright, some protection here to close out the match. Get jellified. This is nice because it's a 1 mana thing that we can just, like, take. They get the crawler out. That's interesting. And some lands. May as well leave the... Well, no. Well, we have flying. It doesn't have reach. Let's just take our turn. Land. Oh, that's not quite 7. Just piling in.
Envy the strong. We will slay our enemies.
It's a big hit, 8 damage here. And then again, there's a fragment reality that can deal with this jelly in a very effective manner. I mean, if they're gonna pay for it not to be able to be blocked for 4 mana, like, that's fine. Maybe I'll exile that instead. And that's how good Fragment Reality is. Oh, and their jelly comes out as a 0. Oof! That cannot feel good for them. Good game. When she goes, she goes. Woof! Holy token Lidos! What a fantastic deck as far as the fun factor goes. We can definitely modify this for standard Alchemy maybe for a few more days, but I think our next format is going to be standard or historic for a little bit. Probably standard, and we will make Alchemy budget decks. I don't know if you're aware of this, but all of the arena base set cards, which were previously legal in standard best of one, have been moved now to illegal in this format and only legal now in the Alchemy format. So that is something to be aware of. So a lot of the free-to-play decks we're absolutely nuked. You can still play them in Alchemy, but why not get a fresh new upgrade for them as well, right? So maybe some new free-to-play content. I've heard whispers of some of the community wanting to do a GoFundMe for a free-to-play account. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to them about it. All news to me, but you got to give what the people want. The deck. Do you guys have any thoughts on it? Leave that down below in the comments, of course. Just make tokens. Kaya, double tokens. I love just like creating value. It's kind of like the Scoots. What if we had an Abzen variant? Cats, Scoots. The plot thickens. We do love Nganjo's Uprising, though. It is so good. Of course, I do think that this opens up a world of possibilities for all the other brewers out there. Play with Kaya, you guys. Let's make some tokens. I think that the Kaya with the green could be cool, too, on those cats. The Tree Folk token is a thing, so maybe that is where we go after this. Potentially, we could save that for standard, right? These are standard cards for the most part. But it's not hard to tune for Alchemy. It's only one card, the Cavalry. Very easy to play. I guess Fragment Reality as well. But that can be just, the March as well. Anywho, with this being said, we do have some other thoughts today. Shout out to Beetle and Grim, right? I'm sure you guys have heard of this already. $500 backpack. Everyone's been raving about it. If not, you can get the lesser edition. I don't think it comes with the backpack, unfortunately. We'd have to check on that. And we're going to look at this all week. Something that I was supposed to talk about weeks ago, but it got put into my spam folder. Hashtag I'm so sorry. If it weren't for you meddling spam boxes. Let's get everything you want in it, though, right? It's got sleeves, a super sick playmat, deck box as well with the Kami on it, which is nice. You get the little panda, the Blade of Oni, wolf, some sick medallions. I feel like is that the Blue Eyes White Dragon on there, right? These are the parts of Exodius. We have a world as well. Fantastic, what I can assume to be tin, but I don't really know. We're gonna have to look into that, see what that thing is. Maybe a little keychain in the backpack. The backpack is the coolest thing. Like, if anybody wants to get this for me, I'll totally allow that. And word on the street is that they might actually be sending me one. Somehow I doubt it will be a platinum version, and it will be the other variant. But I'll allow it. It's more than Wizards has ever sent me. You know what I mean? The shipping has been delayed, right? And you would think, oh, well, I've missed out on this. That was weeks ago. You'd actually still get this if you were to buy it now, I think, as the same time as everyone else. Because that shipping, it's been super delayed. It's custom, super custom product, right? So, grab it while you can. There's eventually, no, I guess it's not eventually limited. It is limited right now. But I do still think that there is a good amount of them available. When I talked to them last, which was actually months ago, because I lost this email in my spam box, so sad. And luckily there were delays, right? And then I get away with it. But they were 60% when I talked to them months ago. So there's probably very few of these actually left if you wanted to get your hands on it. Which you still could do, because it does not say sold out, and it's only $6.35 Canadian, right? Oh, Canadian dollars not doing so well. And then we can allow maybe Miss Maya to show us out. I don't know. Don't have the cat cam here, actually. We can't do that. Sorry, Maya. She's like, no. You switch screens for the cat. Anyways, shout out to Beetle and Graham, you guys. Matthew, aka Scooby, took some time out of his day to play some Magic with me, and it was an absolute fantastic time. I did record it for you guys. However, it was on the weekend of the tournament, and we had rearranged our audio sources, and we had muted Matthew, so I felt pretty bad about that. So, you know, I just feel terrible today finding this email and be like, oh my gosh, not only did I mess up our content that we were going to make together, but now I've just found this email weeks late. Oh, HGG, never change. Shout out to Maya for showing us out, you guys. The links for the Beetle and Grim goodies will be in the comments below. We'll probably continue to break down these different packages and look at them throughout the week. You know, just as good faith. And yes, many apologies. Make sure to like the video. Comment, subscribe. You guys know the ordeal. Cheers. See you in the next.